Okay guys, just a little update. It's been a few days since I put a video out with these holsters. Just want to show you what holsters are going out today. I don't show every holster that's going out because there's too many. But every few days I like to show you what's going out, and if you're a customer, you can see that your holster is on its way. And yesterday a lot of them went out. Christ, I think about between 10 and 11 holsters were shipped out yesterday. So, they're coming out. I'm almost caught up on the orders. So if you put an order in, you'll be getting your holster very soon. If not, this week. So, depending on how everything goes. So this, the 1911 one is for Robert. He is from Virginia. And I just want to show him that we got his outside the waistband 1911 for a 4-inch or a commander size 1911. Now it's like 3.5 to 4-inch, so we just make it 4-inch. You know what I'm saying? If you specifically want it exactly the length of your gun, which to me is silly, because I mean you're talking about a 1/2 inch. It might be like this much longer. But if you like that, you want it exactly the length of your gun, you got to send us an email and say, look, I want it exactly the length of my barrel. And then, we'll do it because we got the instructions. 1.75 loops he asked for. He wanted it in color black. And there's a nice sweat guard we got there. Very clean. Good retention, of course. Always, most importantly. Now, my idea of tight and other people's idea of tight are two different things, and that's where the complications of having a holster business is the biggest conflict, is fit. Everyone's idea of fit is different. So that is something that's pretty much impossible to make 100% what you think is a good fit. To me, if the holster goes in and there's retention, and you turn it upside down, the gun's not falling out, the holster's doing its job. If you like a lot of retention, you can send an email and say, look, I like a lot of retention. But sometimes when we do that, you'll get an email saying, oh, this is too tight. It's just, I think you should just, let us make the holsters. Been doing it for a long time now. The guns ain't going to fall out. And remember, the inside the waistband holsters, like this one is for, this is what I got to stress to you. This one's for he's from Philadelphia, Ron, and it's a Glock 19 inside the waistband, right? Glock 19 inside the waistband. I love making this gun because it has a superior mold. Every mold for every gun's different, even though it comes from the same company. Some molds are like the 1911 mold. I never have any problems with it. It comes out 100% every time. I don't have to adjust. I don't have to loosen it up a little bit. It's done. Boom. It's perfect. It's done. But that's not all the time. The Glock 19 mold is like this. You got to fuss around with it just a little bit to get it to where I think it's perfect, and hopefully you think it's perfect when you get it. So this is for Ron from Philly. And he requested a 1.75 belt loop clip, and it is a left-handed holster. Yep, he's a lefty. So, great retention. I mean, any tighter than that, you got to remember, even if you feel just a little bit of movement, when this holster goes inside your pants, you got to remember it's going to get like 20%, maybe 15%, even more tighter, because your pants and your body is going to squeeze the Kydex together more. So if you see a little play, that's a good thing, because first of all, it's not rubbing on your slide. And the way they make these new holster molds now, they do give them a little bit more space. See how big and square it is? And it ain't the exact shape of the gun anymore. So what it does is it gives you a little bit of room for wiggle, so it ain't so hard on your slide when you're sliding it in and out. But the retention's where it's supposed to be, right around the trigger guard. It shouldn't be dragging on your slide like that. So that's the way it's supposed to be, is what I'm saying. So if you feel any kind of movement or anything, it's fine. As long as your clip is secure, gun's not coming out when you're pulling it. out of your holster when it's inside your pants, the holster's doing its job. Okay. So that one is for Ron. See, to me, I even think that's a little tight. To me, that's really, you know, I might loosen that up a touch. So I might, depending on where you put that rivet, the eyelet, dictates how tight it's going to be. So putting that eyelet just in the right spot is really, really important. Okay, so this is not a holster making video. I'm just trying to explain to you how they're made. And let me show you. Carl from Connecticut, he requested a 226 with an RMR cut, which just means he has a red dot on his gun. So, you know, the Trijicon's called the RMR. The other companies call it something else. But everyone knows what an RMR means. So what we did was we cut it lower, around, all the way across and around, so when he puts the gun in, the RMR will probably be sticking up about that high. It comes to about here, and when he puts it in there, it's not going to hit anything. Okay, as you can see. Now what we do now is I also build this out, and just in case you have that SAO, single action only SIG 226, just in case you have that, because it has the big thumb safety sticking out. This will accommodate for that. So it's ready to go. We don't want to have guesswork when you're making a holster. To me, the retention on this one, I think that is perfect. Perfect retention. So there they are. They're going out today. And be patient. Like I said, I sent out about either 10 or 12 of them yesterday. I only have maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 more people to do, and then I'm caught up, and that's nothing. So, getting caught up again. So remember, guys, you want to get a good holster made. The link is under the video, or over here somewhere, over here. And I appreciate you guys checking it out and ordering. It seems like it's working out. Like I said, it's not swamped, but it's steady. And, you know, as long as it's steady, it's working out. And I did get the guys that sent me their lights in to make their Olight holsters. I got your lights in this week. I will be starting those holsters this week. You know who you are. There's just a couple of you. All right, guys, have a good one.